Hey guys, how's it going? Just for fun, I thought I'd review a non-current Transformer. This one's from several years back. This is Transformers Energon Scorponok. As you can see, he's a really large, I guess he's a Voyager class. Not entirely sure, but I think that's what he is. He's real big. He's an awesome figure. Here he is, obviously in a Scorpion mode. And he's basically a big robotic scorpion, and I really like the way this looks. This is really cool. He rolls pretty well. He's got the tank treads there, and he rolls pretty good on him. He's got some articulation in this mode. His scorpion arms can kind of move up like that, out. Oh, I accidentally split him down the middle there. Back, and of course his pinchers can close. So you can have him grab a smaller figure pretty easily with his big old pincher there. You can just kind of grab and crush him if he wants to. You know, pretty neat. I really like that. That's really cool. This to me is a great ult mode. Absolutely wonderful. You can just, you know, configure them all sorts of ways. Very cool. He does have dual missile launchers. Let's see if it still works. Let me just see if I can aim it. Here we go. Yep. Missiles still fire. And they're in both Scorpion hands there. Really freaking cool. Love this thing. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it so you can see the molded detail on them. I mean, it looks just really, really, really nice. This is definitely one of my favorite Energon toys by far. Probably this one and Energon, Megatron. This and Megatron are my two favorite Energon toys. I'm sorry, not, wait, which, yeah. Energon I couldn't remember if I had Cybertron or Energon Megatron. This and Energon Megatron, by far, are just the two coolest Energon toys. Definitely my two favorites. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause here and get him transformed into his pseudo jet mode. Okay guys, here he is in his jet mode. What do I have to say about this mode? It's not nearly as impressive as his Scorpion tank truck mode. It's just something that I guess they just threw in there because they thought, hey, look, it's an option. You know, it's okay. It's a little bit goofy looking. It doesn't really look like a jet, but yeah. Anyway, you can deploy some weapons in this mode. You just pull back here on the cockpit. Those weapons will flip forward. You can extend his pincers. Just do that there. Make the wings longer. Or you can, you know, also pull his arm out. So, you know, I mean, yeah, it's something. I'm glad they documented this feature on the toy, and it's a mode. It's kind of a nice bonus. But really, that's all it is. It's a bonus. It's certainly, to me, not one of the main selling features of the toy. This thing is just kind of odd. It's proportioned strangely. It just doesn't look, you know, I don't know if the toy was designed with this mode in mind or not, but if it was, wow, talk about a classic triple changer with two good modes and one bad mode. This one would fall under that category. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about this mode. It's there. It's nice to have the option, I suppose. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and transform him into his robot mode. Okay guys, here is Scorponok transformed into his robot mode. Just give you a quick 360 here of him. And just showing you options for his tail here. You can have it down, or, as I prefer, you can have it up. I think having his tail up just looks way better. And I actually did learn the proper class size for this toy. This was actually an ultra class, which is just a really, it's like basically, I guess, more or less the equivalent of a leader class now. Now, there is something that happened. I just discovered this, and this just happened to the toy. I'll zoom in so you can actually see it. You can see he's cracked there on the side. And that happened when I was transforming him into his kind of crappy jet mode. I do suffer for my reviews sometimes, I guess. Yikes. And I wasn't being rough with him, but I guess this is a point of weakness on this toy. I mean, I'll be able to super glue this together. It won't be perfect, but, you know, it'll still be display worthy. I mean, it's not like this toy is totally broken or totally useless now, but that's definitely not something I'm too happy about, to put it mildly. If, you know, for some reason I would ever decide to try to sell this thing, that's definitely going to knock the value down quite a bit. So that kind of really sucks. And now this guy does have electronic lights and sounds, but I don't have any batteries in them, so I can't demonstrate those. But it does make some noise and stuff. Anyway, despite the bad vibe there from that, this robot mode is freaking awesome. I love it. It's just real nice. Now I can't get his entire tail in frame, but that's what it looks like with his tail up in that mode, and I just think that looks really cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of focus on his main body, because I can actually get that, more or less get that in frame. Do a few quick size comparisons for you. Here he is with a Fall of Cybertron kickback, and here he is with a G1 Insecticon, G1 kickback. So he's obviously a pretty big toy. Get these guys out of the way. And now I'll go over his articulation. He's got some foot movement there. Bends at the knee. Rotates at the knee. Top of the leg. Forward. Back. Doesn't go in and out. No big deal. Doesn't have a waist rotation. These parts can go up and down, but be careful due to the, you know, that weak point that I just showed you. He rotates at the top of his shoulders. Of course, can go up at the top of shoulder. Oh my, kind of bends there. I mean, that's all basically related to his pincers. And he's got, you know, articulation there that way. I mean, you can get him in some pretty cool poses without too much trouble. You know, it's really not tough. Make him look pretty imposing. He's very good figure overall. I mean, despite, you know, the problem that I had with him, I would still recommend this guy in a heartbeat. I see him going for $30 to $40 on eBay. I would say that's definitely a fair price to pay for this guy. This guy, I think the retail on him back in the day was about 30 bucks. So I would definitely say this guy is worth picking up at that price. Now, I wouldn't pay a lot more than that for him, but 30 to 40 bucks, abso-freaking-lutely. He is an awesome toy and a good addition to your collection. I would highly recommend him. Let me go ahead, just before I do leave you guys, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see the detailing on his face. And that, I love his face. That is really cool. And he, of course, has this visor that can go down there, which, you know, if the classic G1 look, I love his face. And the insane amount of detail on this guy. I love this guy. Definitely one of my favorite, you know, actually this is probably one of my favorite toys that I have, period. Just really nice, classic toy. Just be careful of his side joints there. Anyway, that's going to wrap this whole thing up. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.